Narinig ko si Sean kanina sabi niya, arf.
Oo nga eh. Nung nag-arf siya, nag-meow naman si Kiko.
Pero hindi kami nag-away. Dogs and cats can get along.
So from Meow Meow, we'll take it over now in sports. Thank you to the big story, to Pauline, to Sean, and to Regina on our show. We've got the Detroit Pistons with a record-tying win, headlining a full day of NBA games. Plus, we also have a preview of tomorrow's all-important Ateneo LaSalle game in UAAP men's basketball.
And we've also got gymnast Yulo with a double bronze finish in the Junior World Championships.
Mandray Felix.
And I'm Bea Escudero sitting in for Cheska Liton-Calao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy leaves, got it! Victor moves, puts it on. Unbelievable! Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stumping another one! Bakunas rejecting Estebo for the win.
Well, for just the third time in franchise history, Bea, the Detroit Pistons, arguably the hottest team in the NBA right now, they've won 13 games in a row. Whew, red-hot leaders of the East extending their win streak after beating the lowly Indiana Pacers 122-117 in Indy. The Pistons led by as many as 18 in the fourth quarter, but they had to stave off the Pacers, who got to within 2 down the stretch. Cade Cunningham led Motor City once again. He posted 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. The Pistons have now matched their longest winning streaks set by their championship teams during the 1989-1990 season and the 2003-2004 season. They now have a record of 15 wins and just 2 losses this season, while the Pacers plummet to just 2 victories in 17 games.
Means a lot. Means a lot, man. Came a long way, been working. It's a cool mark for sure. So we'll keep on stacking. Don't like how this one came, but, it adds more fuel to the fire.
They're able to get within 3. You guys have a timeout before Mathurin was able to get his shot up.
Yeah, just talking about how we're going to execute the defense game plan. I missed a couple closeouts, just close it short, letting guys hit threes. We give us some offense rebounds. So, just trying to close the game strong, man. We shouldn't allow them to get back into the game like that. So watch the film, be sick about the film, but work from it, and get better for it.
The Toronto Raptors are likewise on quite a run. They just got their 8th straight victory after taking down the Cleveland Cavaliers 110-99. The Raps used a third-quarter explosion to pull away from the Cavs. Brandon Ingram led the onslaught. He scored 15 of his season-high 37 points in the penultimate period. Ingram took over in the absence of RJ Barrett, who's dealing with a sprained knee. Donovan Mitchell tried to lead the Cavs once again with 17 points, but shot just 6 of 20 from the field. Cleveland did have several players missing action as well, including Darius Garland and DeAndre Hunter, who sat out the second night of a back-to-back. The Raptors were second in the East with 13 wins and 5 losses. They've also swept the season series with the Cavs for the first time since the 2019-2020 season. Cleveland drops to 4th place with 12 victories and 7 setbacks.
God be the glory, I'm healthy, and that's all I can ask for. He's blessed me with some gifts that a lot of people don't have, and I just go out here and try to put it on display every single night. I'm happy to be with a group of guys that care about the game of basketball and care about winning. And, it's been fun. It's been fun to be out here.
This is the 8th straight win for you guys. You just swept the Cavs for the season series. What can you say about this group of guys and the run that you are currently on?
We're resilient. When we get down, we're able to fight back. And we just keep going. Our mentality every quarter is 0-0. And we go on the floor, we play hard on the defensive end, we share the basketball on the offensive end, we get the best results. Darko holds us accountable every single day. every single night that we come in and play. Now he's the leader of our team, so he never lets us down.
Meantime, Tyler Hero lives up to his surname in the season debut for the Miami Heat. Let's go to the final 49 seconds of their game against the Dallas Mavericks, tied at 102 here at home. After the Heat blew a 13-point lead, Adebayo stealing that inbound pass from PJ Washington. Eventually, here's Hero attacking, jumper, pull-up, floater, good, which put Miami back on top. After a couple of free throws, the Heat eventually sealing the win, 106-102. Hero finishing with a team-high 24 points in his first game back since recovering from ankle surgery. The Heat are third in the East with 12 wins and 6 losses, while the Mavericks stay near the bottom of the West with 5 victories and 14 defeats.
It felt amazing. You know, these guys have been having a lot of fun all season, and it feels good to just be out here with them, be a part of it, be in the mix a little bit. So it was a lot of fun. Glad we got the dub.
Your first game back came down to the wire. What was it like being part of this one?
It was a lot of fun. You know, just happy we got the win. It was the second night of a back-to-back for all the other guys, and just happy we got the win. Get some rest now.
You mentioned the second night of a back-to-back. What makes you proudest of the efforts from your team in this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's a team effort. You see how much different guys can contribute, make plays, score the ball. Everyone on the defensive end making the impact. You know, on the second night of a back-to-back, that's all you can ask for, and just happy we got the win.
And you contributed with 24 points of your own. At what point in this game did you start to find your rhythm?
A little bit in the second half, second quarter, second half, around there. But I feel good. I'm happy to be back.
As for the Houston Rockets, they beat the Phoenix Suns in their first game since they took part in the largest trade in NBA history this past offseason. The Rockets were in control most of the way and took the match by 22 points, 114-92. Ironically, the two main pieces of that record-setting trade did not play. Kevin Durant, who was sent by Phoenix to Houston, had to attend to personal matters. Former Rockets star Jalen Green remains sidelined for the Suns because of his hamstring injury. Instead, Amen Thompson took the spotlight for H-Town. He tallied 28 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. Dillon Brooks, who was also part of that massive trade, gave Phoenix 29 markers in a losing cause. The Rockets are fourth in the West with 11 wins against 4 losses, while the Suns are sixth with 11 victories and 7 defeats.
6 more NBA games on tap today. Let's take a look at the scores. Let's start with Karl Anthony Towns and the Knicks dropping 37 points for Big Cat and 12 rebounds to lead the Knicks past the Brooklyn Nets 113-100. The Denver Nuggets hold off a late rally by the Memphis Grizzlies for a 125-115 victory. Jeremy Grant scores 35 points as the Portland Trail Blazers notch a 115-103 win over the Milwaukee Bucks. The New Orleans Pelicans end their 9-game skid, defeating the Chicago Bulls 143-130. Steph Curry dropping 31 as the Golden State Warriors run away in the second period to eventually beat the Utah Jazz 134-117. And lastly, the Sacramento Kings take advantage of a Minnesota Timberwolves meltdown for a 117-112 victory in overtime. Coming up here on the show, a preview of a big matchup in UAAP men's basketball. Rivals Ateneo and La Salle. Me and Bea will clash tomorrow in what could determine who gets that last semifinal spot. That's next, only here on Play by Play. And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play-by-Play only on One News. Gilas Pilipinas is off to Guam ahead of its first game in the 2027 FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. The national men's basketball team will fly out of Manila today after a week-long training camp, which included a 3-day lock-in at the Inspire Sports Academy in Laguna. Gilas will face Guam on Friday in the first of their 2 matchups in the first window of the qualifiers. Head coach Tim Cohn kept the Gilas score intact for this particular window, but he did add QMB, Quinton Meliora Brown, as you can see, and his Ginebra guard, RJ Abarrientos, to this 12-man lineup. QMB is expected to make his Gilas debut, with big man Kai Soto still sidelined with a knee injury. The rest of the roster, as you can see, includes veterans Japet Aguilar, AJ Edu, Junmar Fajardo, Chris Newsom, CJ Perez, Kevin Kiambao, Dwight Ramos, Carl Tamayo, Scotty Thompson, and of course, naturalized superstar Justin Noipi Brownlee. Gilas pool members Troy Rosario, Jamie Malonzo, and even Juan Gomez de Leaño did not make the cut. But Cohn emphasizes that all 3 will continue to be part of the Gilas program moving forward.
Meantime, in the UAAP, a rivalry match that may just determine who gets the last semifinal spot in the men's basketball will take place tomorrow. It is the Ateneo Blue Eagles versus the De La Salle Green Archers, closing out the elimination round at 4:30 p.m. at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. La Salle is currently holding on to that 4th spot with a 7-6 record. This means if the Archers win tomorrow's game, they will advance to the Final Four. Ateneo, on the other hand, is at 6-7. This means if the Blue Eagles win, they will force at least a playoff for that last Final Four ticket. Back in the first round, Ateneo was poised to blow out La Salle, going up by as many as 33 points. The Archers went on a huge 4th quarter run to trim the deficit to single digits, but the Blue Eagles managed to hold on to that victory.
Ateneo head coach Tab Baldwin recognizes the gravity not just of the rivalry with La Salle, but of course of tomorrow's game itself. The veteran mentor also believes several games that almost resulted in wins have hardened Ateneo's resolve and confidence heading into this do-or-die match. Baldwin notes that the near meltdown against La Salle in the first round actually helped them focus on the things they should work on. Baldwin says it boils down to preparation and having that right mindset coming into this big game.
In a way, I think La Salle helped us a lot by fighting back in that game and not giving up, because they gave a template to other teams to try to extend pressure, and it's something that we realized we had to work on, and so we got much better at that. And I certainly don't think that the character of the next game with La Salle is going to look like that one. I would imagine that it'll be a tough, closely fought, competitive game. Now we go into this last game knowing that there's only one thing that matters, and it is not the performance, it is the result. But I think that we have confidence from the fact that we have played so many games that could have been wins. I think we are a team that has a real chance to move forward in this competition and into the playoffs. You can almost always be assured that whatever you expect to happen is not going to happen, and there's going to be surprises. So we just have to prepare as well as we can and go in and try to play the game with composure and toughness and a true desire to come out the winner.
La Salle will play the Ateneo game with another man down as the UAAP suspends EJ Goliena. The 1-game ban comes after Goliena's disqualifying foul in the Archers' win over the UP Fighting Maroons last Saturday. The foul happened in the dying seconds of the first quarter when Goliena hit UP big Francis Noruca. With or without Goliena, head coach Topex Robinson expects another grind-out game against their arch rivals. Robinson also understands that the intensity of tomorrow's matchup is at a higher level because of what's at stake. But that is not what he wants his players to focus on.
Just like how we approach this game, we don't have we forgot what was at stake, and coming off a 2-game losing streak, we threw it all out the window and just focused on every possession. And I'm sure, yes, it's always going to be talked about. It's always going to be a lot of pressure, but what's important for us, I guess, is just to prepare ourselves for, the battle. What's good about this is kahit nasang position ka, if it's gonna be Ateneo Lasal, you know that it's always gonna be a grind out game. But for us, we have to also fix a lot of stuff. It's gonna be another exciting end of the season. Elimination game for us against Ateneo, so it's gonna be fun.
3 more games will take place tomorrow as the elimination rounds of both the UAAP men's and women's basketball tournaments come to a close.
That's right, Bale. Let's take a look at the schedule right now. On your screens at 11:30 in the morning, the undefeated UST Growling Tigresses will face the FEU Lady Tamaraws. The Growling Tigresses are looking to complete that elimination round sweep to automatically advance to the finals and force a step-ladder semis. But the Lady Tams are gunning for a stunner to force a playoff with the Adamson Lady Falcons for that last spot in the Final Four. Then at 1:30 p.m., USC and FEU's men's teams will go head-to-head. It's practically a non-bearing game for the Growling Tigers since they're already in the semis. But the Tams hope to stay in Final Four contention. Now, if both FEU and Ateneo win their separate matchups tomorrow, there will be a play-in type of format for that last semi spot with LaSalle facing FEU first. Then the winner will face Ateneo, which holds a superior quotient.
The Ateneo LaSalle women's game will close out the busy day at 7 p.m. The semis-bound Blue Eagles are now just seeking momentum against the already eliminated Lady Archers, who are looking to end their season on a positive note. All games will be at the Smart Araneta Coliseum, but you can also catch them on One Sports, the UAAP Varsity Channel, and the Pilipinas Live app. Coming up, gymnast Carl Eldrew Yulo wraps up his campaign at the Junior Worlds. We'll tell you more about his double bronze performance when play-by-play returns here on One News. You're watching Play by Play on One News. Welcome back. Big games in the Spiker Surf Invitational Conference semifinals today at the Anata Center in Montalban. The Signal Super Spikers keep their title defense alive after handing Kinday University its first loss, 25-20, 25-21, 24-26, and 25-18. J-Rac de la Noche delivered his best game of the conference, 22 points built on 19 attacks and 3 blocks. Meantime, UST Gameville racked up its first semis win after breezing past Pro Volley Academy, 25-16, 25-21, and 25-16 once again. This keeps the Golden Spikers in contention for the bronze medal. G-Boy de la Vega finished with a triple-double of 17 points, 11 digs, and 17 receptions. And the Crisscross King Crunchers take down the Savage Spin Doctors in a 5-set thriller, 25-19, 25-14, 23-25, 18-25, and 15-12. Jude Garcia finished with a game-high of 25 points on 24 attacks and a block. Crisscross is now tied with Savage at 4-1 in the standings. Only the top 2 teams will advance to the championship round.
We've got an all-NBA lineup for you in tonight's highlight reel. Kinabahan yung cameraman. Ginalaw ko. Let's start with the Nuggets against the Grizzlies. Jokic here working on Santi Aldama, and then that behind the back pass. Nice pass here to Peyton Watson with that lefty. Take a look again. Using the left. He knew he was going to draw double. Finding Peyton Watson. Good cut. Down at the basket, Joker, another triple-double here, 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 16 assists. Nuggets beat the Grizz 125-115. Next play, the Cavaliers and the Raptors now in Toronto. And take a look at this, Ogbaji! Woo, switching hands. Ogbaji there from the left with the right finish. Up left. Right there, only 4 points for Baji. But the Raps beat the Cavs 110-99. Roll the last one. Let's go to the Valley. Jabari Smith, Jr. rising up against Nick Richards here. Take a look at this, brute force in the middle. And look at that swag after that mean mark by Jabari Smith Jr. Shengun, great pass, drawing the double, finding the cutting, power forward. Big-to-big action there, and you love to see that. Smith, 17 points, 7 rebounds here. The Rockets dominate the Suns, 114-92. Bea.
And before we go, we want to congratulate Carl Eldru Yulo for winning not 1, but 2 medals from the 2025 Artistic Gymnastics Junior World Championships. Yulo won his second bronze from the horizontal bar finals. He posted a 13.900 for his routine, but this was later upgraded to 14 after a stick landing bonus. This was enough to secure a spot on the podium. Yulo won his first bronze medal in the floor exercise last Saturday. Here is Eldru talking about his second bronze medal victory and what he plans to do next.
Gusto ko po magsaya, gusto ko na po mag-swimming, magpahinga, kumain, magala, pahinga, kumain, paulit-ulit, magpahinga, kumain, kumala. Ganun na lang po naisip ko ngayon. So proud of myself even though top 3 lang. Still, I know a lot of people will tell that lang, but still, for me, this is not just a lang, but this is for my hard work too. It symbolizes my pride, the blood I took out, and disappointment. But still, this is the bronze medal in the world. My final performance was so good. I stick the landing. As you can see, guys, that's the most beautiful dismount that I ever did, and that's the most difficult routine that I will ever did. And matter of fact, I'm the first Filipino gymnast that did the casino one with a full twist and a catch and a triple back dismount. I am the first Filipino to do it, Filipino gymnast to do it. I'm just sharing it, you guys, because I'm so proud of myself.
That's confidence for you. And we're so proud of Carl Eldrew Yulo.
Yes.
Of course, alam mo ba, mahirap talaga yun, di ba? Kung si Lebron nga may Bronny James. Di ba, yung nako-compare kasi yung anak, ito kapatid, 2-time Olympic gold medalist yung kuya. So you will always be having that spotlight. But this kid will make his mark, can step out of that shadow of his brother. Of course, abangan natin ang pag-develop pa ni Eldrew. And we're just really, really proud of you. Congratulations.
Congratulations, of course, to Carl. And I'm so happy to see also Carlos, you know, supporting his brother. He was there. He was really just, you know, giving him the spotlight, but being there in support, right?
That means a lot to the kid, I'm sure. And that's all from us tonight, mga kapatid. Catch us again tomorrow, though, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News. That is Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
Thanks for sitting in, Bay. We'll see you again. I'm Andre Alex.
And I'm Bay Escudero sitting in for Cheska Liton Calao. Thank you all for watching, mga kapatid.
Pineo Lasal.